with Gabby.
Yay.
Hello, Gabby.
Hello.
You're here. You're in my house again.
Yes, I know.
And it's totally different.
Yes.
And it's new, and it's not new. It's just new things have happened.
Of course they have. Yes, adult things have happened.
Oh, that sounds like more fun things have happened. Adult things happened in my home. Adulting happened in my home.
There it is.
Adulting happened. Actually, you're the first episode that's being filmed of season 2. So I feel like this is where we should do our little recap and kind of talk about the state of the season.
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay.
So we finished filming the first season of Faces of Kaluohs in the other studio that we had, which is the crafty couch that a lot of people have seen on the set. And we had a little bit of a house flood, to put it lightly, which I wish was an act of God, but was actually an act of children, I suppose, that you could say. So, $20,000 later, here are my no floors.
Gosh.
So, it's taken us in this transformative energy into this space. And this space was actually my creative space for a long time. Where I have actually painted Ashaine, who is our lovely videographer here today. And where we've done a lot of the live streams when I was doing Twitch. This is where I was. So it only was fitting that this became the new backdrop for the show. So thank you for being here in the new space.
Thank you for having me.
And if you could tell us a little bit about yourself.
Of course. So my podcast is The Underground with Ms. Brown. It is mostly pop culture related. So I talk about terrible things like who broke up with who got arrested.
Juicy.
Like, yes, who got arrested, things like that. We'll also do a spoiler movie review of the most recent movie that we saw. Sometimes I'll have guests on there, just like you have guests, but I don't make them do I don't make them show their faces.
You don't make them do shit?
I don't make them do shit.
I
just make you spill a bunch of tea, and then when you hear the episode later, you're like, I'm like, yeah.
Don't send it to so-and-so. Yeah. Send it to so-and-so. Block them from this.
Exactly. Like, no, you can't see this. So that's usually what I do with that. So my podcast, I've actually had my podcast for 9 years. I know.
That's almost like a
child. I know. Yeah. It's almost a 10-year-old. So I do that, and then I also do, burlesque. I do that.
Do you see that you inspired me?
I see. I love it.
This is all the stuff that I wish I could have worn when we were in burlesque together. And then I just, other creative ventures.
Yes.
So,
you're just like,
but I kept all the clothes.
Good.
I mean,
you should.
Would you not?
Exactly. All the fringe, and sometimes there's.
This was actually given to me.
Nice.
Someone just looked at it and was like, "Oh, Sarah."
Take it.
It also came with a dick lollipop, so I feel like there was a lot of undertones in the gifting.
Oh, yes. That was so that you could have adult stuff in your house.
Without the pain and suffering?
Yeah,
and
without the pain and suffering. Yes, without the fun stuff.
Okay, I like fun adult stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They usually involve alcohol.
It's not that kind of show. Alright! I already have to have them click that they're 18 plus to get on my Patreon. We can't have this kind of YouTube show.
Oh, God, no.
Okay, so you have a lot of creative ventures.
Yes.
You have your podcast, you have burlesque. Is there anything that was maybe a creative path for you that you took once before that kind of you strayed away from, or you started into that and then it morphed into where you are now?
Yeah, writing. I used to write like hell when I was a kid, and I don't really do that as much now. But I do still take that and write my burlesque acts. First, or obviously the content for my podcast. Usually I kind of would shy away from writing anything, but now I'm like, no. Writing is good. Writing is good for you. It's good for your energy. It's good for your creativity. So that's the one that I've kind of shied away from, but I'm slowly getting back into that.
Nice. So you've seen some of the shows.
Yes.
Yes, you know what happens.
Oh, God, yes.
Are you ready for what happens?
I'm ready.
So we start with the questions.
Okay.
And then after the questions, I'm going to ask you a little bit more about yourself, and then we're going to do the Collabetition round. So that's where it gets really fun, okay? So we're going to start with the questions, and with these questions, 3 of them you knew, and you picked, and you're aware of. And then we have a mystery question that you have. Gosh. So you get to wait and simmer on that one.
Okay.
And you might have even forgotten what these questions are.
I think I did.
When did you first call yourself an artist?
Ooh, okay. I believe I first started calling myself an artist around the time that I was 25. because I noticed that I started getting into different things. Like there was the writing, and then there was dance. Yeah, I took ballet and tap for 10 years, and now I can't tap dance my way out of a paper bag. I noticed for some reason people enjoyed it when I talked. And so...
No. I don't know how that works at all. Tell me more.
Tell you more. I think I started embracing that energy of you do more than one thing very well. Right. So you should try to hone in on those things. Granted, I can't pick them all up at once, but it's like a cycle. I'll pick up one, enhance that, put it down, and then go to the next thing, which I think works very well for me. So, and I think it works very well for you too. So,
well, maybe that's why we're friends.
Exactly.
Okay. So, what do you have a strong opinion on, but others don't?
Ooh.
And I want to know.
Yes.
Because I haven't heard your podcast, and you can dish.
Yes.
Give me the strong opinion.
Yes. A strong opinion that I have that others are just like, ooh, is, I gotta go between one or two. Pick this one. Mental health. So, mental health and spirituality. A lot of people don't embrace that in themselves, and they don't think that the two can go hand in hand. Like, they don't believe that their energies are affected by things, and that, you know, sometimes paying $120 an hour to talk to someone actually helps you. Huh. I know, but you don't have to pay $120. Sometimes they're $80. They do scales. It's fine.
And there's apps now.
Thank you.
You don't even need real people. There's robots that'll help you.
Thank you. There's like a robot that says, "I'm sorry about your pain."
Empathy.
No, and that's something that I believe is what connects me a lot to my art. Because in my art, I have a strong desire to heal people with my art, and I have a strong desire to educate people with my art. And I don't think that could have happened if I hadn't married the two of spirituality and mental health. So I even now I'm going through this breakthrough of, I want to entertain you, but I also want to educate you about something.
Mine is toasters, so mental health is a better answer for a strong opinion. But
you have a strong opinion about toasters?
Listen, obviously you don't.
No.
That's the point. They're fucking terrifying. Who wants this? Food is ready. It's like a Jack-in-the-Box of food. It's an assault. I was waiting for breakfast calmly. I'm waking up with my cup, and then it just... No one's ever ready for it.
No.
It's not like it shows you when it's almost done.
Yep.
You're just sitting there, I am like a rabbit. I am jumpy.
Okay.
When I was a kid,
yes.
I convinced my parents to buy a microwave that had a microwave with a toaster attachment on it.
Yeah.
So that it was a little door, like a drawbridge that would come down, and then it would have little skis that came out, and you put your bread on it.
Yeah. And
then you put it back up in there, and then it was like a little timer, beeper, whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like, beep, beep, toast is done, and you open it up very calm. It was my favorite. So that is, I have a strong opinion on toaster. Now we are moving on to the mystery question. Okay. And this question was submitted by one of our lovely Instagram users, who is a very close friend of mine, has been following for a while. I think actually originally started following on Twitch, and just grew to love all of the other parts of this. Oh, nice. So this question was submitted by Ascendancy90 on Instagram, and he wants to know, in a life full of art,
yes,
what would you say is your masterpiece?
I would have to say that it is me. I've done a lot of work on myself. Again, a lot of spiritual work, a lot of mental health work. And I just feel like myself personally, I am at the best place in my life where I could be. Like, include the people in my life, what I do for my job, my podcast, my burlesque, writing, everything. I feel like I am at the best point in my life that I could be. So, and even when you said about, how I radiate love, and I tell you that love drives me, and just, like I said, you saying that's like, oh, that's another little happy Bob Ross tree on my painting, and it just, that makes me feel like, yes, I'm becoming a whole piece, so that when you look at my painting at the end, it'll be just beautiful and gorgeous, and I can say, okay, this is one piece, and then I can go, like, if I were to continue on to work on the next piece of myself, the next chapter of myself, I can look back at this and go, you created something beautiful, now let's do it again.
Thank you. You are a masterpiece because I think you're gorgeous and you're wonderful and a beautiful soul. And this was a beautiful question, so thank you, Ascendancy, for submitting this. And if you want to have your questions heard on the show, you can comment them down below or send them over to me, and you could have your question asked to one of our lovely guests.
Ooh.
How do you feel? Taking a second?
Yeah, I feel good.
Okay.
I feel good energy, good mojo.
How do you feel leading into the Collabetition?
I'm nervous.
Do you feel creative?
I do, but I'm nervous because I can't draw a stick figure to save my soul. He's going to be looking like this.
You don't know that we're drawing stick figures, so
Good point.
fear not.
Okay.
But before we get to that, I do want you to be able to tell our viewers where to find you, what you're working on next, anything you want to plug or push or talk about.
Yeah.
This is your airspace.
Awesome! Yes. So I do have a podcast called The Underground with Ms. Brown. You can find it on iTunes, Google Play, Podcast Addict. You can also find me on Instagram, Ms. Gabby83. Yes, and I'm working on a one-woman show about relationships for Fringe 2021.
I am
That is
so
what
excited.
I'm doing. Yes, I want to enlighten people about, relationships. I think it's going to be it's shaping up to be a lot of fun.
And look at that. Love and educating and writing and all of these things that are starting to look like they're coming together.
Exactly.
We didn't plan that.
Yay!
But what we're going to do now is we're going to grab some art supplies. We're going to change this so you can see what we're working on. And then we will join the Collabetition round.
Ooh.
And we're going to engage in a little bit of friendly Collabetition, where we'll not only collaborate on a project, but we'll compete to see which project outcome the internet liked better.
I love that. No, I love creative
this
shit.
is some creative shit, and it's going to go down. So, I actually have a really lovely, really beautiful die set, and it's a D&D die set. And so there are 3 different die that we're going to be using for this game. And so today on the show, Miss Gabby and I have 3 little mini tile canvas squares. And so I have 3 and she has 3, and we'll be decorating them. We don't know what we're decorating them as yet until we roll the die.
Okay.
So I'm going to explain the die and then we'll begin.
All right.
You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
It's intense.
Okay.
All right. So
This is so exciting.
the simplest die, the traditional 6-sided die, is going to be the one that gives you a holiday to inspire your art. So it'll be the simplest, you can use all of the colors, and all you have to do is have your art have that vibe of that holiday as you interpret it.
Okay.
That's the 6-sided die.
All right.
The next one that we have is the D12. The D12, obviously a 12-sided die. This one gives you one and only one color to use for the entire piece.
Oh, God.
So that means you can draw anything you want to,
Yeah.
but you can only use one color.
Okay.
The final die, the most intense, the most complex die we have is the D20. Obviously we know the D20, right? So the D20 is the most complicated set of rolls, and it's challenges like only using your non-dominant hand or doing it blindfolded.
What? Oh my gosh, this is going to be awful. I love
The
it.
first thing you get to do as a guest on my show, we're collaborating and competing in this competition round. So you are going to pick one of those 3 to assign me to roll.
Okay.
And then I will assign one to you to roll.
Ooh. Roll the D12 for me.
Okay. So you're nice to me. So I can either be nice back and give you the holiday,
Or you can be really rude.
or I can be really rude and give you that D20.
Yes. Oh gosh.
And actually, no one has done the D20 yet
Oh.
on the show.
Oh my gosh.
And it is the first episode of a new season.
You're gonna do it, aren't you?
I think I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I think I have to do it. You have to take the D20. So we're gonna do our rolls. I will let you roll first with yours just to see what we achieve, and we have the chart of what they all mean, so you can show I'm not cheating. I'm not making it up like, oh yeah, you need to do this like backwards.
You have to do it like this now. It's on 6. Oh my gosh. With non. Oh, you're about to get work today.
Most people's left hands get, told that.
No, it's usually my right.
Okay. It's a.
Don't do it. The go.
Roll. What was it? Is it a 6 or a 9?
9.
That's a 9.
Okay.
And I have to use black and only black.
Ooh.
So we can both draw anything.
Yes.
And we can you can use any of the colors.
Oh.
You want to use paint markers or permanent markers, you can use anything you want to.
Okay.
These are your 3 little canvases. You can draw anything you want to.
Alright.
Using only your left hand. And I will draw anything I want to using only black.
Okay.
Alright. I'm going to set our official studio timer.
Oh, that's adorable.
For 5 minutes. And we begin. And I have no idea what the fuck to draw.
Me either. I'm like, we're gonna make this work.
I had one challenge where we had to I was drawing an astronaut and it ended up looking like Caillou. And they were like, that's fucking Caillou. And I'm like, who the fuck is Caillou? They're like, the thing you just drew. You drew Caillou. And it straight up looks like Caillou the
30
astronaut.
seconds.
What? What?
This is awesome! This is the best thing ever!
Weird!
Yours is better than mine! I gotta go!
Why is this just accentuating the tip?
You said that I didn't!
What?
I was thinking that, but I wasn't gonna say it.
Well, now it's been said. How do you feel about your piece?
I think my piece is hilarious.
Do you think you're gonna win? Do you think you're gonna get voted with the...
Not with the accentuated tip sword, no.
Well, you have a whole storyline cruising throughout yours.
Yes.
Mine is just
But your sword is awesome. Don't do that.
well, I mean,
Not with the fancy sword.
it's like the power and then the tip.
It's like
Yeah.
we are going forward. Yes.
I think it'll add a nice ambiance to someone's collection.
Yes, I think it would.
Yeah.
I think it would be great.
I think yours is beautiful and colorful.
I think
With all the colors you were able to use.
I know.
Yeah.
You're like, I can only use black, and I'm just like, it is. It's happiness in death, and a bird goes caw. That's the name of the piece.
The bird goes
caw.
These are both of our pieces, and if you like them, I hope you'd like one of them, but please click up here and vote for one of your favorite pieces. You only have 24 hours after this video is released to vote for your favorite, and then both of the items go on for sale at Kaluohs.com. And you can purchase one of these lovely pieces, whether it's the bird that goes caw or the accentuated tip. Before we sign off and before we say goodbye and welcome our next guest and whatnot, is there anything else that you would like to plug or say or share?
I would just like to say to you, thank you so much, and thank you to our lovely camera person, because you're fabulous. Thank you so much for sharing your art with us and exposing people in Orlando to great art and just fun people. Thank you so much.
That's the goal. All right, well, thank you for being here, and don't forget to vote, like, share, subscribe, do all the things, turn on the notifications, bells and whistles, bullshit. See you next time.